Hello my planner pals and welcome back. And if you're new here, then thank you for joining me and giving me a try. My name is Di, I am here at Creative Common Design, and today I'm just sharing with you the brief overview of my one little word for February. So for this month, the prompt was to do a manifesto. Now, we did this last year. I struggle with this prompt purely because I struggle kind of getting rid of things. Like if you just gave me a list of 20 core values to go by rather than the 230 that are on this sheet, I would be much happier. Like decision fatigue is huge for people like me who are neurodivergent. Like it's hard. So I went through the list. I think I want to say I did this at least twice, probably 3 times, but I did this pass where I'm just like crossing out words, just crossing out the ones that don't resonate with me. And I'm doing this through the lens of my word, which is good. And I decided that I was just going to do it through the lens of my word rather than for me as a person. I'm just doing it through what I perceive good to be. So I just went through the list, crossed out all the ones that didn't resonate. So I came back, maybe the same day, maybe it was the night time, maybe it was the day after, I don't remember. But I came back and went through the list again, like which ones are jumping out to me. And I compared them to the previous one that I'd done, and there were some overlaps. And I circled like the energy and vibe. Now, vibe is Lou's word, Lucretia, from the team at One Little Word. And that just, good is a vibe, right? It's the energy of being of good. Like it's something is either good or it isn't. So there's other words, like supporting words that are popping up. One of them is yes. And I mentioned that in a previous video, that like one of my supporting words is yes. One of my other supporting words is glimmer. It's like looking for the good, looking for those little bits of happiness and joy in the day. So I've circled all the words that I think I'm going to use. I think I end up using those. I may end up using a couple more, but yeah, there was 12. And I, again, struggle with this. It's just one of those prompts that I always struggle with. Now, in February, we also had the vision board Zoom. There was a Zoom call to create a vision board, and I just didn't have the bandwidth to go through magazines and do that, so I just did mine in Canva. And I think Rini has a video on how to create a vision board in Canva. So I will link that in the comments, in the cards, whatever it is, and down below. So yes, check out her tutorial on how to do that. But it's super easy, especially if you have the paid version or, you're going to pay for the versions of Canva. Like I highly recommend. This was where I discovered that I'd resized it wrong, and I actually needed to trim it down a little bit because it was going to stick out from the binder. And this is what I get. This binder is a little bit different to last year's binder. Last year's binder, the binding was on the right-hand side of the page so that I knew exactly how big I could go. Whereas this, it's on the spine, the bit in between the two covers. So there's more potential for things to stick out. So I'm going to have to make sure that I'm careful for that in future. But yeah, I just printed that out on photo paper and then just adhered to back to back. This little circle sheet is from the Good kit that Ali Edwards has on her site, along with these little word strips. And I'm just like, do I want to add the word strips to this vision board? And I'm like, I know I wanted to add a couple of photos of my good things. Like last month, I think I did 6. This month, I'm going to do 2 of good things that have, happened so far this month. But as you know, I'm sick right now. So yeah, it's not been great. But I had 2 photos left over from my project life. So I'm like, I want to put those on the back, I think, of this circle paper. And I went and printed this heart paper. This is from the digital kit, the One Little Word kit from 2023. And my plan was I'm going to take this, and then I think I'm either going to adhere it, I'm going to write in the hearts, and that will be my manifesto. So the quote that you see on the white cardstock, that is again a download from the February download from the One Little Word kits, like the February download thing. The Good Things Take Time card is from the Good kit that I bought last year from Ali Edwards. And I'm just trying to decide here, where do I want these photos? Do I want to put them in a pocket? What do I want to do? And this is sometimes the problem when you have so much stuff. There's too many options. There's too many options. So then I go and look through my stuff, and this paper with the One Little Word was actually the cover of my binder that I did, but I printed it by mistake on regular paper rather than photo paper. So I kept it in my stash, repurposed it here, and this is where I did discover in a second that there's a white bit on the top because I've not put it on there correctly. So I just cover that little white strip up, and I just put washi tape on there. I just put washi tape on there. Like if I have a little bit, I'm like, yep, that'll do. That'll do, pig. It's good enough, right? And again, it's one of my things, like stop getting bogged down with all the little details. Just get it done. Just get it done. So I'm looking at this quote. Where do I want the quote? What do I want the quote on? And I'm still not sure at this point. So I know that I want to put an envelope in my binder so that I can put the word sheet in there. I think that's one that I didn't do last year, and I wish I'd kept the sheet. So I don't think I did. I'm going to have a look back, but I don't think I kept the sheet. So I wanted to keep the sheet. I'm punching that hot paper because I know that I'm going to put, again, the words of the manifesto in those hearts. I was going to adhere the photos to that peach cardstock, but kind of knew that I wanted a little pop. So I just added it to paper. This is just 32-pound paper. This is just the stuff that I use for inserts in my planner. Not used anything fancy. So I adhere the photos, and I'm like, yes, I like that. That is going in there. So I've got my vision board. I've got the couple of good photos that I want to remember this week. This is where I go get some pattern paper. I'm like, I'm just going to use pattern paper. I'm going to use what I have. I was so tempted to go out and buy something. It was so funny that I saw a video, like YouTube recommended me a video of, oh, you know, here's a Hobby Lobby haul for clearance stuff. So I guess like Hobby Lobby are doing all the clearance stuff. And I'm just like, I do not need to go to Hobby Lobby. I do not need to go to Hobby Lobby and buy more cardstock. So I'm trying to resist. So far, so good. So I'm just putting that little quote on the cardstock. This is where I find out that I've put it on the wrong way around. So I take it off and then re-adhere it. But yeah, thankfully it re-adhered pretty well. So I'm taking the words from the core values list and I'm just writing them out on the page. And I struggled so much with this prompt, so much. I don't know why, whether it was just, you know, I'm sick and I'm trying to get it done. I don't know. But yeah, and I needed something in that space. So I just put vibe in there, energy and vibe. So I've got energy, vibe, joy, and happiness. And again, like good things are an energy. They are a vibe. They are joy. They're happiness. So I'm just trying to, I guess, embody what good means to me. And good also means comfortable. Not only comfortable in what I'm wearing, but comfortable in my own skin. So, and that's something that I've been thinking about lately. Good is also about gratitude and being thankful for what I have now, rather than like wishing other things. One of the other things that struck me about good was and I didn't think about it until I saw the word on the core values sheet, was being brave and courageous. Like sometimes doing the good stroke right thing takes courage. So yeah, that was one that I wasn't expecting to happen. But yeah, that was, freedom was one of the words that I didn't expect either, but that did come up. I also put potential, because things that you see have the potential to be good. And balance was another one. Like there's good and there's bad. There's always a balance of weighing those two things up. So yeah, there were some surprising words that I found on this. But yeah, so I'm just filling out the the little hearts, and I'm like, when do I stop? Do I stop when I filled in each one? Do I stop when I filled in the majority of the white space? I don't know. So I ended up filling quite a few of the hearts in, and I'm like, just choose a point where you stop. And again, it's hard. It's hard to just call something good and done. So I now want to put something on this envelope, something, I don't know what, because I just think it's kind of blah as a white envelope. And again, I remembered that I had that sticker book. So this is a sticker book that I got, I think it was towards the end of last year. It's a mini book, and I used it the other day, and I just was reminded that it has a lot of quotes, stickers, like big stickers with good on it. So I just put one of those on the envelope and called it good. And I'm trying to decide, I want something on the back. And I think when I'm sick, I start to really overthink things. So I'm just like, just leave the envelope. It's not important. It could just be a blank envelope. I'm just adding some word art to that page, and yeah, and just deciding, what do I want to do now? So I just take that little circle card, add some journaling to it. And the journaling was mostly about Cosmo and his dog obedience, how well he's doing right now, and how I'm making time, like quality time. And I think that's something as well that's coming up, like making quality over quantity, like quality time with Stella. So yeah, it's the quality versus quantity thing is something that I'm playing with right now. So the other thing that was kind of good for this month is that my husband will be quitting his job. So yes, we have that to look forward to. So that was a good thing. And then in the third one, I just put how life in general is pretty good right now. And I'm trying to stay away from like the politics and stuff that is happening in the world. Like I try and stay away from the news and stuff like that, because it's just freaking depressing. So, there's one thing being informed, but there's another thing when it starts to really get to you. So yeah, I'm just trying to, I wouldn't say ignore it, but like just be careful with the amount that I'm consuming. There we go. So I bring out my little label maker here, and I start doing some of the words that I want to go on my vision board. And some of them are from the core values that I've chosen for my manifesto. And some of them aren't. Some of them are just words that I associate with good and that I've chosen for my photos for my vision board. So yeah, if you have a little label maker, don't forget that these are a great way to add like text to your stickers, to your planner pages, to photos, to all kinds of things. Like I love my little label maker. I've had this, I want to say probably about 20 years. I bought it within the first few years of us moving to the USA. So yeah, I've had that sucker a long, long time. They look nothing like this now. So I will link the same model down below in the description, but it looks much nicer now. It's not like this weird green for a start. But yeah, and also if you do get the label maker, get yourself the white sticker paper, the white labels, and get a clear cartridge as well. They're really easy to change out. You just need to undo the back and then just like take it out, put the other one in. So, and I forgot about these when I was making my tabs recently in one of my planners. And I was like, oh, trying to print out the little tiny tabs, or like stamp on little tiny tabs. And I was like, oh my God, I've got a label maker. Like seriously, I can just make labels. So yeah, I'm just making labels with little words on of what I want on my vision board. So, and I did cut them down a little bit because I thought that they were a bit thick for the size of this project. If I was using like a regular, like normally in the past, I've done like a 24-inch wide board. So I'm doing it a little smaller and just keeping it in my one little word binder. But if I'd done a big one, I would have kept them the bigger size. But I just needed, I don't know, it just felt like I would have just seen the words rather than the images on the vision board. So yeah, if you don't want to do a manifesto, do a vision board and kind of do both. You don't have to choose. You know, you can do both. You can put your words that are your core values on your vision board. And I always include words on my vision board anyway, because I'm very word focused. But for some reason this year, the manifesto just was not, it was just not a vibe. It was not good this year. So, and if it's not good, I'm not doing it. So I just chose to do my own thing. And yeah, that's what I did. I did the little heart page with my words, which is kind of a manifesto. And then I just added words to my vision board. And the vision board I did over a few days. It wasn't just a one day and done. It was something that I did over a few days. So that was my project for February. I enjoyed doing it, but again, choose your own adventure as to what you do. All right, I will see you soon. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, then give me a like, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time, my planner pals. Bye.